It's week 2 of the National Football League, and there's no love lost between these NFC South foes. It's the Saints and the Bucs on EA Sports.
Well, it wouldn't be Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And this would be his second NFL start. Last week was about what you'd expect to see from a rookie quarterback. Had some good moments, but not enough to lead his guys to victory. Now we'll have to see how he handles adversity, because on the college level, he didn't lose a whole lot of games.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is caught by Evans. 5 yards on the game. Second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They will run for the first time here with White. And some good and some bad. Heck of a job to get away from that first tackler, but still, they're able to drop him behind the line. Well, this defense for the Saints, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolute phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But just an excellent play there by the defense to not only pick it but take it back, because Charles looked like they were in a groove passing the football, several completions until that mistake.
They certainly did appear to be locked in, and with how this offense was moving along, I know we certainly didn't expect to see a pick to end the series. Whatever the cause was, maybe they tipped one of those scripted plays. Maybe the defender just made a great read. It has certainly quickly changed the tone of this one.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
The numbers for White a week ago: 11 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
His first catch, good for 16 and a first. They'll go up the middle with White. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Now you look at the Saints defense. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Six yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Saints at 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1, and they were able to take care of business in front of the home crowd last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that opener at home, but now things get a little bit tougher. The good thing for them, though.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, you know, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be left with second and a couple. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throw left side, hauled in by Otten. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. You can look at this Saints defense. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball throw and came away with 5 interceptions.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Now here's a throw. It's complete. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it's second down. 12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. From the 23, here's 2nd and 6. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
I have to believe that if you're the team trying to block a field goal, you don't mind this weather. All right, the rain probably is going to help you because so many things can go wrong for the guys trying to kick the ball. It's as simple as maybe you just lose your footing. You kind of spin out like a tire in the snow, not getting traction, and you create a space and someone comes through.
And I think for everybody, snapper, holder, kicker, everything slows down maybe a fraction of a second. And a fraction of a second in a field goal try, that can be all the difference.
I love how you described that. Everything slows down, but it's a deliberate slowdown, isn't it?
Yep.
Because everyone's trying to be more careful and more deliberate to make sure it's executed.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And take it right on the 30. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7-0 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here's Jake Camarda now. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So here are the Saints to take over. They were winners last week in that game against Kansas City, and they are on top right now as well. They've got it 1st and 10. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And just know, when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On play action, they'll throw. Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Getting in there and finishing the play off was Jay Sanders. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. Fielded at about the 28. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
It'll go to a gain of 4. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the 1st.
Drill, 52.
They'll set up to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
Let's go. A gain of 16 yards. And the Saints first down.
Ready?
They'll set up a throw. And he's got him. Touchdown, Saints. Taysom Hill, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints are able to stretch out their lead. Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good.
Dicker to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the This offensive unit back out on the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it. Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, a run from White. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Jake Camardas in on now to punt this away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt.
Turn, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Second and 5. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ready.
Back to throw again.
He lets it go deep for Olave.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
A very limited time left to get into field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it all on one throw right there.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was a long pass attempt downfield, and the ball was popped up in the air. And how come things go from really fast to almost slow motion when the ball's up in the air and the defender's unable to haul it in before it hits the ground?
Yellow.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's...
Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Wilson's got it complete.
Missed.
It will not go down. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll drop to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there. Showing good hands.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara,
45 yards.
And the Saints are able to widen their advantage.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Cameron Dicker to kick off.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to break. Being a good one, cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll look to throw.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
That's returnable now for Smith.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Credit Yaya Diaby with his stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
They're going to look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 53 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
And the Saints first down.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Chart the motion man right. Ready? Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Caught. It's Wilson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Ready.
They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great, too.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a 1-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Here's Smith to return it. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They'll come up 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 57 yards rushing for him now at his first 2 carries of the ballgame. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. They run it again with Kamara. Bulldozes past him, and he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
First down, New Orleans.
He'll look to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
And the Saints, 1st down.
White. Smash, red. Ready.
Back to throw here. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 19 yards away. And the Saints are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Back to throw.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Bucs on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. The fullback dive held up short. And this defense will take over. At the 49-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 14 yards that time for number 14. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Right back to Chris Godwin. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point try now from Dicker.
And this part of the game has been an adventure thus far, but this one is good. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Cameron Dicker to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Back now comes Tampa Bay. It's been a tough go for them. Still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's complete to White. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
36-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Saints are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
They'll send a tight end in motion right.
Ready?
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
77 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
From the 32-yard line now, here's second down at a yard.
Again, it's Kamara. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2 yards on the play. First down, New Orleans.
Ready.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Down to about the 22 here. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's second and 2.
Brings up second and 2.
Ready.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Let's go. Go set. Cut.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
It's showtime, baby. Let's roll. Let's go, fellas. Let's do this, man. On the ready.
And they will take a knee here.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed asleep.
So for New Orleans, it was a great all-around performance.